Chris, one of those days, first half, we just didn't get going, and that gave Harrogate something to bite at.
Well, they're very good at doing what they do. Yeah, they are, and they got the ownership of the first 15-20 minutes and managed to get a goal up through their endeavours, hard work and a good quality finish. Really squeezed it right in, didn't he, from a tight angle, and it freezes people up because this isn't part of the plan. But what they did do is respond very well, and obviously I've had to make changes. It's not disrespect to the players that have come off the pitch, it's just how it fits us moving forwards to try and gain something out of that game, and we did that, but we didn't do enough to win.
Must be so frustrating for you as the manager to stand on the sideline and see them not implementing everything you've just talked about. That must be so frustrating for you.
Well, it's frustrating for the players because they're not getting what they want, and you got to commend the opponent for saying they're strong and willing to be physical against it, and they were. We didn't get it down enough and play, but it is difficult sometimes in games that are hot, it's tight, the wide men come inside, there's a lot of players inside, it's hard to get it down and play. You've got to try and have a moment within the game, whether it's a good chest, a good flick, a good pass, and as soon as that chink sets off, you play from that point very well, and we didn't get that enough. So yeah, it wasn't on our terms first half at all, but second half we had a real good goal. Changed
the personnel, 3 changes during the break, you changed formation as well, and the lads responded to that.
They did. Do I like doing it? No. It got put on my toes. I either sit back and accept it's not quite right, or we try and do something. I want to see a spark and energy within the performance that I think we got more of. Ethan Walker did very well, looked very sprightly, didn't quite get, well, he did get his shot off, got deflected, didn't it? Just probably one of the first things he did when coming on the pitch. He nearly scored, so that sets him up to have a good 45 minutes, which is commendable to him because he's had to be patient. But he looked fresh, and the other players looked like they were a yard behind him, so we've got to go home and rest and look fresh for Cheltenham.
What was your challenge to the lads during that half-time break? What did you say to them before they came back out?
Win it. No, go and win it. Go and win the half, see what happens. They did, but obviously we needed 2 goals to win the game.
Set-piece situations, we had plenty of them. Again, it's that quality of delivery that you keep talking about that we need, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say we need it, because if you look at the statistics, we are it. We weren't it today.
Great delivery from Callum and a good finish from Josh.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's got himself between the goal, 6 yards out, and made sure he gets some sort of contact and physicality to that situation to get his goal.
And the way that the lads played in that second half, it was us who were pushing at the end. Again, that's a positive.
Yeah, and a few driving slide passes not quite right, a yard too far for John. The cross coming in, Reece nearly gets it, and the referee blows for a foul. I don't know why he blows so many fouls against Aussie, but yeah, whatever. And then obviously we might have to rely on something that somebody gives us, and when they get it wrong and kick it against their own goal, it's the bar, ricochet straight back out to one of their boys. It's like, that is frustrating, but it's good pressure from us. It's some good football within that. Of course there's frustration because we want to win.
And you've said it before, if you're not at your best, if it's not going your way, don't lose.
No, and the players have got to stick together doing that till the end. We've got to make sure that the team remains a team. The team's always the most important factor at any football club. People forget that. The first team and the team is the most important factor at the football club, while we represent everybody else's jobs and inputs and investments and support structures. It's the team, so we've got to make sure we stay united till the last game of the season. We've got to try and extend that season, but we're going to have to be very, very good to do that.
I've just seen some of the lads in the corridor. They're disappointed, but there's no sense of giving this up. There's still, a couple of them have said, still 9 points to play for.
Yeah, it's optimistic, but it's attainable, and we are capable. If we weren't capable, I'd be like, nah, Andy, no chance. We are capable, and I'd like to see a response to today, and we are playing one of the best teams in the league, so it's going to be a good night.
One of the other things you've said to the boys, I know this, is that you've asked them not to let the season peter out, keep going, let's go all the way to the final whistle.
100%. A lot of things happen, and a lot of top sportsmen would tell you A lot happens in that last 10 metres of a 100-metre race, or the last lap of something. There's always some drama and situation that's a definite that isn't, and something that there isn't becomes a definite. So you got to make sure you go all the way.
Great to see Reece Bennett back.
Yeah, very good. And obviously Ozzy coming through his treatment, you know, it's tough on him to get back right at it, but he was.
In terms of Tuesday night, Cheltenham, they're obviously flying high, but a couple of wobbles up at that level of the division as well at the moment.
I'm not that interested. We've got to make sure we represent Carlisle, our fans, and play football on a real tight pitch. You know, they've got a throw-in that, you know, I don't know, you're probably better giving away corners than you are throw-ins, which is unlikely, but maybe that's a strategy. But who knows? But they're very good at scoring from it. I did manage to watch, I can't remember who we were playing, but I watched the Tranmere game on the coach on the way down. Can't remember who it was now, who we were playing, but I remember seeing them flatline Tranmere within 20-30 minutes of football. But it was constant, long throws, I mean constant, and they've got the players to do that, and the specialists at seeing out games. You know, that's why they've managed to get to the top of the league.
Going into that one, it is absolutely clear what we need to do, isn't it? We need to be winning these last 3 games.
Yeah, but you've got to stand up to some force, athleticism, some good football, because they can get it down and play. They've got very good players, good timing to come in on overlaps, interlaps. Yeah, they're a good team, but they've been in a situation like ours and slightly better than ours, but they've been able to go around the track 2 or 3 times, you know, in terms of seasons. And because of that, they're in this position now that they're stronger, and they will have been invested in, and they've upskilled every sort of situation to be in this point. So well done to them, and we've got to make sure we go against it.
Great reaction from the fans to the news that David's been putting out this week about contracts. Chris, that's you pulling your squad together ahead of next season.
It is, and but I just want to concentrate on them football matches, concentrate on today's game, and sit down with you and have a good chat about it all. Definitely. There's a lot of players' contracts that are out and open. There's a lot of people that the options have been, you know, the hard work was last season, not now in them, because the options are already there. They've been activated. Well, of course they have. We've done very well. We don't want to see any of the players. Again, I don't want to go on too much about it now, but I want to see 99% of us stick, you know, just mention Cheltenham. They've gone around that track 2 or 3 times, and that's what happens.
Last one from me, Big Rod. Any news on how he is?
Dead leg, and not that responsive yet, but these things can quite get better quite quickly, as well as they take time to sometimes get better. So hopefully in the next 24-48 hours we'll know a bit more.
Thanks for your time.